Grand Rising, welcome back to my channel if it's your first time here. Hi, my name is Destiny. This is Divine Destiny Tarot, and I welcome you all with open arms and an open heart. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting me. It means the world to me. I love to see the positive comments, the uplifting messages. It just means so much to me, so thank you guys. So today, I wanted to talk about something that I feel like a lot of you have been going through. I'm going through it currently. So from experience, I feel like I got a little tea to share with you guys, okay? So a lot of you have been dealing with toxic family members, toxic in-laws, just toxic friends, overall toxic people in general that you're learning about. A lot of you are learning how to set boundaries with these people. A lot of you are learning that these people do not resonate with the current timeline that you're on. See, a lot of you are healers. And you don't know that. A lot of you are light workers. And what Spirit does is Spirit puts us in families and in situations with people that are low vibrational so that we can learn and we can evolve from their trauma and their issues, but also our own. And one thing that I've always experienced when it came to, I guess you would say, toxic family is the black sheep ideal. A lot of us feel like black sheeps. A lot of us feel like we've been the scapegoats in these connections because people do not want to see the truth within themselves. So when they don't want to see the truth and they don't want to acknowledge that they have been wrong and they don't want to take accountability, they will project that back onto you. Say, for instance, you're dealing with a delusional sister-in-law, delusional sister. Most of the time when you get in arguments with these people, it literally feels like everything that you're saying to them, they're literally just projecting it back onto you. They're telling you, you're the one that's being negative. You're the one that's constantly in chaos. You're the one that's always in drama, but it's not even you. It's literally them. They're the ones bringing you into their chaos. And a lot of you have been mediators, like I have. You've tried to be mediators. You've tried to help these people realize that they had issues. And the whole time, they were telling other people around that you were the one with the issue. Now, if you've ever dealt with toxic in-laws, like I have, I've dealt with pessimistic, depressive, low vibrational people that I'm not going to demonize them because we all go through our own issues, but I'm going to say that at a certain point in time in life, when you get a certain age, you should be able to know when you're in the wrong and when you're, the cause of the chaos. And the thing that a lot of you need to realize is that these people may never apologize to you. They may never admit that they're wrong because they feel in their little delusional mind that you're the issue. When you are just plainly trying to point out the issues that you are having in the connection, people were overstepping your boundaries. People were getting in group chats, gossiping about you, telling their friends, this person is this person is that, trying to change the narrative of the situation. Trust me, I've dealt with it. I've been a light worker in my family for a long time, and I have dealt with a lot of ridicule. I've dealt with a lot of pessimism, a lot of negativity, even jealousy and envy from my own family members that I thought that I could trust. A lot of you are going to have to learn how to stop going back to these people and trying to make amends when you should be making amends with the trauma that they've caused. You should be healing yourself. If you're looking to make amends with these people, you need to first make amends with the part of you that feels like you need to fix them. Because when we step into this mediator role where we feel like we can fix everyone and their problems, we're taking ourselves away from the problems that we need to fix within ourselves. I've dealt with people in my family that know that they have addictions, know that they have problems, know that they are abusive. But instead of understanding why they're that way, they would rather project that onto me and play victim. And a lot of these people will play victim. They will play victim they'll go to their husbands and rant about how you're the issue, how you're the problem in the family, when really it's the other way around. And you want to know why? Because they don't want to take accountability. And there's a time where you're going to have to just leave these people with their peace, with your peace, excuse me. Leave them with your peace and leave them with the peace of mind and knowing that you tried. And it's okay. You're going to feel like you failed these people. You're going to feel like there wasn't enough that you could have done. But in reality, you've done enough by showing them that you're going to set boundaries and you're going to step away and do something better for yourself. Now, in my situation, I was dealing on both sides with toxic sisters and sister-in-laws that were very pessimistic. And it's just energy of where none of us can get along because of the fact that none of us are actually openly admitting to what we have done. And that's a problem. That's a problem that a lot of us need to evaluate and we need to grow from on a personal level. Now, the pessimism, the negativity, the gaslighting, narcissists love to use that as a way to deflect from healing. They love to do that. I remember there was a time where I was put in so many uncomfortable situations. Like, my boyfriend told me straight off the bat, like, my family's crazy. They're nuts. And I'm the type of person, like, I like to see the good in everyone. Like, I don't ever want to just go into a situation and think this person's negative, maybe I should just like isolate. No, like, when I feel like you're, an issue or you're a problem, I'm going to try my best to amend that with you. But if there's no action, there's no change, then I will walk away. And like I said, leave you with that peace. And I feel like a lot of you need to leave these people with your peace. You may have dealt with people that played victim. I know, for instance, my mother-in-law plays victim. Everything is everyone else's problem but hers. Okay. A lot of people, my mom too, my mom does the same thing. A lot of the issues that they believe are other people's issues are really their issues, but they're projecting those issues onto other people because they don't want to admit that they have trauma and that they have trauma bonded with people. They have trauma bonded with their daughters through arguing, through creating chaotic environments within their home, and then saying that that's love. I'm sorry, but that's not love. That's something that I've realized from experience. When people want to cause chaos in your life on purpose, that is not a form of love. And that is something that I feel like my mother-in-law has such an issue with her daughters. Realizing and holding them accountable is a problem for her. Same thing with my mom. I feel like my mom has always enabled my siblings to be in this competition with each other. Like, you've indulged in gaslighting us to believe that we need to compete when you should be trying to uplift and love and honor all of your children and make sure that they all feel loved. And then we have the mothers out there, like my mother-in-law, that will play victim and act like she does nothing to create the drama in her life, while creating drama in her life, while creating group chats just to talk about the issues or just to talk about, things that don't even relate to the message and the lesson in itself. You're going to have a lot of people jealous of you. I have sister-in-laws jealous of me now because I speak my truth. And I stand in solidarity knowing that Spirit is never going to guide me towards people that are going to hurt me. And if he does, it's because I need to learn from that situation. I need to grow from that situation. I've had a lot of people in my life tell me, well, I've dealt with this when I was a kid. I've dealt with that. My mom did this to me. Are you making excuses for yourself, or are you actively trying to understand why you had to go through that trauma in order to learn and evolve? These are the questions that I ask myself and that I ask others, because a lot of people are so quick to point the finger at the person that they felt like caused all the harm, but they're not pointing the finger back at themselves and seeing where they need to heal and they need to evolve. Some of you could have dealt with mothers that were in it for the money when they married, and instead of having you out of, love, they had you out of necessity. You could have dealt with a grandmother or grandmothers that raised you because they wanted some type of praise from others. Let me tell you guys that when people do stuff for praise, they're not doing it out of the love of their heart. They're doing it so that they can hold something over your head later down the road. So that when they need help, you help them. I helped you. I raised you. That is not the correct way to raise a family. You raise a family from love and understanding for each other, being able to communicate, these are things that we didn't learn. These are things that our parents lacked. Their parents lacked. These are generational curses that have been created because families are so distant from each other that it's hard to get on one accord. You see, when you got all these different vibrational people in your environment, and this person may see things totally different from this person, but they're not able to come to a solid ground, that's an issue. That's a red flag. If you're constantly being blamed for other people's issues that they've caused you, that's a red flag. If people, like for instance, used to go over to my sister-in-law's house, don't do that no more. You want to know why? Because every time I would come into her environment, she was trying to control everything. She was trying to control the narrative. She was trying to control how we felt. I even energetically would feel so heavy when I went into her environment because she was holding on to so much energy, so much of the past that you're not allowing, yourself to heal because you're holding on to the resentment and the hate that you have towards your mom or that you have towards your dad, instead of taking in what you need to understand from this situation. You're taking in all the negativity, and it's in your environment, and people can feel that too. Narcissists love to have groups at their home. They love that. They love to be able to control everything around them because it makes them feel in control. And I was dealing with a very narcissistic sister-in-laws, both of them. Very materialistic. I remember there was a time where I had to call them out on social media because they wanted to put their mother in a nursing home for no reason. She's crazy. Let's lock her up. But where's the sense in that? Where's the sense in going behind people's back and trying to stab them and hurt them instead of coming to them and trying to amend and make the situation better? And I knew that I was going to be thrown out. I knew I was going to be ridiculed. I knew I was going to be sacrificed. And I knew my mother-in-law was going to play like a victim, like, she did it. She called y'all out. I did it, and I'm still your mother. But I'm still the one that's allowing y'all to be nasty to me and be nasty to others. So are you mothering your daughters right by allowing them to attack people? By allowing them to attack you? By not making it known that attacking and being passive aggressive and angry and hateful and spiteful towards people isn't wrong? You're not teaching them actual values and morals. You're teaching them that when they react out of chaos, you're going to come there and you're going to love on them and you're going to comfort them when they react. So they think every time, it's like a child that only screams and cries and yells because they know that you're going to come cater to them. And it's reverse with this situation, because when she reacts a certain way and she is delusional and when she's, projecting, the same thing's going to happen. But it's trauma bonding. That's not unconditional love. It's trauma bonding, when the only bonding that you do is over fighting and arguing. And that was something that I really made known, because I was just like, this isn't normal. Like, I shouldn't be in the middle of y'all's chaos. I shouldn't be in the middle of y'all's drama. I shouldn't be going out of my way to help y'all because y'all don't want to communicate with each other. The same thing with my sisters that I have now. They don't communicate to where it's healthy and we feel heard. It's the past, it's projections, it's negativity. All of these different emotions are not helping us elevate. It's not helping us break generational curses. And that's something that I always focus on when it comes to my shadow work and my healing process. If it's not helping me, it's hindering me. So with the situation related to my sister-in-laws and their mother enabling them to be aggressive and angry, you're not allowing them to express healthy emotions to you. You're only allowing them to vent their resentment and hate towards you. That's not healthy. You're not helping them. You're hindering them because they don't know how to communicate properly to other people. They would rather be in group chats. And then when they're called out on social media, because I'm the type of person, I don't do anything behind anybody's back. If I do it, I'm going to do it in front of everybody. And I'm going to use my platform to influence people and help people be knowledgeable about it. If I come to you and I try to help you multiple times and you don't listen to me, I'm going to leave you with my peace. But if you're consistently trying to attack and hurt and bring people down, I'm going to call you out in front of everybody. And I'm going to let God be the judge. I'm going to let God be the judge. Because at the end of the day, the only person that is the worst critic in your life is you. I don't give a fuck what people think about me, because I've realized that my self-worth does not come from validation from others. People that need to be validated are scared. They're scared when they're held accountable in front of other people. And that's something that I've noticed with both sides of my family, both sister-in-laws and with my actual family. When I held these people accountable, when I made storytime videos talking about my traumatic experiences, trying to uplift other people, I was condemned. I was the scapegoat for so much freaking hostility because I was speaking my truth, and I was comfortable with coming onto a platform in front of millions of people and telling people that this isn't right, because I know in my heart that it's not right. Families shouldn't be in constant chaos. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We shouldn't be competing with each other about who has the best car. I remember there was a time where one of my sister-in-laws was moving down here, and I was so excited because I wanted to create some really cool gifts and buy a couple of different things to just make them feel at home, because I was so excited. It was more of like a home-warming gift to me. But I made sure that I got everybody a gift. Everybody, felt equal, because I didn't make sure that I did more for one or the other. And I just remember the oldest sister-in-law telling me, do not bring any more gifts, Destiny. And I was thinking to myself, like, why wouldn't you want to receive gifts? Like, I'm just trying to be nice. But then I was thinking also, like, this is the same person that is always doing stuff to make herself look like she's this loving, caring person. But on the inside, like I was telling you before, people will do stuff in order to hold it over your head. And that's the type of energy that a lot of you may have dealt with. People have done stuff for you. Your sisters, your sister-in-laws, your goddamn mother-in-laws, your mothers. They have done stuff for you in order to say, I did this for you. What can you do for me? Or they've done this to say, I've done this for you. You cannot talk down on me because I helped you, because I was there for you. But when you help them and you do something for them, you make them look bad because you didn't do it out of gratification. You did it out of love. Real, honest, truthful love. And that's all I wanted. And instead, I got a negative reaction, which I was okay with. You want to know why? Because I realized that she hasn't healed. She thinks that love is gratification. She thinks that love is arguing with her mom and with her husband and being in complete chaos. And that is not love. Love is having a deeper understanding for your situation and choosing to actively be a participant in your own healing. We all have issues. And this video is not made to ridicule or bring these people down. This video was made to bring clarity so that people can see the difference between toxic and healthy. And if these people see this video, I hope that this video brings enlightenment to the people that I'm talking about. Because at the end of the day, that is my only intention, enlightenment. I'm not afraid of ridicule. I'm not afraid of judgment. The only person that can judge me is God. So people that are afraid to be ridiculed by other people when they've done negative stuff, it's because they're guilty. They feel guilty on the inside because they've done it for so long and they've gotten away with it. And their family may have allowed them to do it for so long because their family thought it was normal too. Have you ever been introduced to somebody's family and the person tells you, well, this person is they're toxic, they're pessimistic, they're always talking about drama, but that's just how they are. That's a red flag. That is a red flag, guys. Because when you enable someone to stay the same way because that's how they are, you're not helping them. You're hindering them from being able to grow. And this is why I wanted to create this video, because I feel like a lot of you have gone through situations like this and you're just like, am I the problem? I questioned for so long, guys, if I was the problem in most of my situations. And I was, but in some of these cases, I wasn't. I really was just trying to be the solution. And people were creating problems out of that, because when people know that they have a problem and they don't want to change, I was telling y'all earlier, they're going to project it back onto you. This person has the problem. I don't know where they got that from, but I'm not really like that. You're not really like that. Then why is everyone else saying that you're like that? Why does everyone else in the family have the same experience with you, but you're not the problem? We got to start thinking about this, guys, because it's a deep question. 9 out of 10 of the time, it's us that's the issue. But we don't want to say we're the issue because we're in our comfort zone. And we have a reputation. A lot of people don't want their reputation to be ruined, so they'll create a whole facade of their life and how it is in order to seem like they're doing well, but on the inside, spiritually, they lack. They have a spiritual scarcity when it comes to their mindset. So instead of empowering themselves, like my sister-in-law should have done, instead of being hateful and spiteful and like resentful towards me and jealous of me for being creative, the both of them should have looked within and learned that I was only an example. I'm not your competition. I'm not your enemy. I'm an example of what we need to do, how we need to empower ourselves, how we need to heal. And a lot of people are going to see you like that. They're going to see you as the problem. They're going to see you as the issue because they haven't healed on the inside. And your growth is going to make them very uncomfortable. When my boyfriend started doing really good, his family was proud of him. But there was one sister, the oldest one, she was very, very insecure with the fact that he was doing good for himself. And it wasn't because of her. Because she has the name of always being the person that's helping people. But when someone else is helping him or someone else is doing something for him, it makes her look bad because she's not doing it. You see the issue with that? You're helping all these people for gratification and for clout. It's clout at the end of the day. You want clout. You want people to look at you a certain way. So you're helping all these different people and you're getting all this gratification from other people, but you're not helping yourself. And you're suffering mentally, emotionally, and spiritually because you're putting all this time into healing others, but you're not healing. It's like the I forgot what it's called, the tree story. I forgot what the story, y'all know what I'm talking about. If y'all know what I'm talking about, leave it in the comment section. But the tree that sacrificed herself for the little boy. Yeah. Like, I don't feel like anyone should be in the energy of consistently being a martyr to everyone else's issues so that they can either gratify themselves or feel bad about it, and then seek pity and sympathy. Because at the end of the day, we're in charge of our lives. No one else is in charge but us. We are in the driving seat, okay? All right, so let me get some more messages for you guys. I have to think about some more experiences that... Oh, yeah, the back and forth. When people play the fence in relationships, especially friendships and family situations, it's because they're trying to, one, they have a different motive. They want to try to control this situation in some way. So they're going to play both fences, like my mother-in-law does. She'll come to me, talk about how her daughters do her so bad and they're so evil and hateful towards her, but then she'll go to them and then tell them the opposite. She believes in spirituality. She's evil. She's going to hell. Does that seem like healthy behavior to you guys? People that want to be great, people that want to heal, people that want to change are never going to play both sides of the fences. They're going to be transparent and open with you. They're going to be very transparent and open. People that use other people as a target, but then when they're targeting these people, like for instance, my sisters used to target me so much, bro. And after they would keep targeting me, keep attacking me, keep saying negative stuff, they would run back to my mom and tell my mom all these different lies. Then me and my mom would have a fallout and there'd be so much dysfunction and chaos. And the whole time I thought I was the issue. Now that I'm older, I'm looking at the situation, I'm just like, maybe I was the scapegoat. But it's okay, because when you know better, you do better, right? So, same thing happened with my sisters-in-laws. My mother-in-law wanted to play both sides of the fence, and I told her no. If you want to go over there and indulge in their toxicity and allow them to keep attacking you, and when I stand up for you, you want to attack me with them too, that's an issue. I'm going to set a boundary right there, because it's like you don't want help. You don't want help for your situation. You want me to allow you to play victim and feel sorry for yourself, but you don't want to acknowledge how you're contributing to your own toxicity and your own low vibrational experiences. And then suddenly I was called, of course, Christian people that have went to spirituality and converted back to Christianity because they didn't want to do the inner healing, my mother-in-law, will say, you're demonic, you're evil, you're under demonic possession. You mess with tarot cards, you must be evil because you seek the truth, right? Because I don't conform to what everyone else believes. We're not meant to conform. A lot of you are spiritual and your family has targeted you because of your spirituality. And they've told you that you were crazy and that you were demonic and that you were going to hell based on their religious beliefs. In reality, they feel that way. They feel that way, and they've been projecting it onto you because the karma and the bad decisions that they made in the past is eating them up. So when they see you indulging in something that empowers you, they're going to try to tear you down and make it seem like what you're doing is completely crazy. You shouldn't be doing it. God would never want you to do that. No, God would want you to follow your true north. God would want you to do stuff that empowers you and makes you feel good. So if you're trying to disempower other people and tell other people that what they're doing is not good, it's because you really feel that way and you want to disempower them and make them feel like you're projecting. And that's something that I had to learn too, because there's been times where I wanted to sit down with this woman and talk to her about Jesus and believe in all of her beliefs, because I respect her and I respect all of my authorities. I respect all of my, older people, because I was taught to respect my elders. But I will not respect someone that is consistently disrespecting me. I will not. Because when you allow people to consistently disrespect you while you're trying to respect them and love them, you're teaching them how to teach you. And I didn't feel like it was good for me to continue a relationship with her because of the fact that she doesn't believe in anything that I do. She thinks that I'm evil. And it's one of those situations where you got to kind of let God guide her to the truth in situations. I'm not going to hog tie you to my spirituality like you tried to hog tie me to your religion. Instead, I'm going to pray for you and pray that God helps you open your eyes and realize that everyone is the same. Christianity is not better than spirituality, and paganism and all of these different religions are all constructs. It's all the same thing. And when you have that awareness and that understanding, you don't project onto other people. You leave them with the information that you can give them, and that's it. You don't project. You don't try to talk down on them. You don't start, chats where you're just, sending messages back and forth about stuff that doesn't even relate to the situation. No, you don't do that. That's what unhealed people do. That's a red flag. Another red flag is when you're trying to tell someone that they're doing something malicious and evil. Like, for instance, I've done this on both sides of my family, both sister-in-laws, family-in-laws, fucking, and family. You tell them and you communicate to them the proper way of how you want to be treated. And instead, they'll take those messages and they'll go to the next person and then gossip about you. What they didn't realize is the people that they went to are starting to see through their bullshit now, because they read the messages, they saw what you were saying, they got what you were saying, they understood what you were saying, but the person that showed them the messages was trying so hard to make you look bad that they made themselves look bad, because the people that they showed the messages to now realize that this person actually is the issue. And that's what happens. Like, to me, when I leave you with my peace and I tell you the truth and you still try to throw dirt on my name, I'm going to let everybody dig up your dirt, because people are going to finally start seeing who's really throwing the dirt, especially if I left you in a place of peace and I never wanted to continue. You got to understand, when you stop trying to fight with these people and you stop trying to be right with these people and you accept these people for where they're at and you accept them for who they are and you move on, you're forcing them to elevate, because now they realize that they cannot come back to you with the same energy because you're going to walk away. Now they have to be in a different energy. Now they have to actually do the inner work and reassess where they went wrong. And they have to hold themselves accountable, and they have to set boundaries, and they have to do all these different things that a lot of people try to avoid, because people that are emotionally manipulative love to manipulate the narrative. And if you have to have an audience, it's because you're a narcissist. Narcissists need an audience. They need people to cheer and laugh with them. True people that want to heal don't need an audience. If I have a fallout with you, I'm not going to go to my daughters. I'm not going to go to my friends. I'm not going to go to my sisters. If I have a fallout with you and I put it on social media and I say, I'm tired of this, I'm done, and I use my platform to uplift and help influence others to not deal with the same toxicity, that's different than sitting here going behind someone's back and consistently feeding into drama and negativity. No. Complete difference. A lot of you are going to have different opinions. You're going to say, you shouldn't have posted it on social media. It is what it is. I use my platform to enlighten people. And I also use my platform to enlighten myself. And there's been so many times where I've been silenced because of my truth and the knowledge that I hold. So this video, like I said, was never meant to hurt or be spiteful. This video is meant to enlighten people about the situations they're in, the people that they're around. If these are experiences that I've been through and that you're relating to, it's something that you need to hear so that you can heal. And you need to know that you're not alone. You're not the only one that has dealt with this. A lot of people are dealing with this right now. That's why it's happening. It's a karmic cycle that is coming up for the collective to heal. Let's talk about trauma bonding with siblings, because whoa. A lot of your siblings aren't comfortable with the stages that you're in right now because you're evolving. And unfortunately, these people are still holding on to trauma from the childhood. They're still holding on to what people have done to them in the past. They're still holding on to grief, malice, hate, and they haven't fully integrated the lesson. They haven't fully understood why they had to go through this situation in the first place. So instead of trauma bonding with them, a lot of you need to be real with them. And I told my boyfriend this, be real with your family. He used to say, I want to keep them in a state of bliss. You can only tell them so much, because if you tell them a lot, they're just going to overreact. And I made him aware that if people overreact, it's because they have literally been so used to overstepping your boundaries and manipulating you to believe that they act this way and that's how they're going to be, that you don't even see that it's an issue. So don't keep them in a state of bliss. Help them. Tell them the truth. Enlighten them. Let them do some self-reflecting away from you so that they realize that there's changes that need to happen. There's changes that need to occur. This goes for everybody. Me, you, everybody. Everyone needs to change, and everyone needs to see and hold themselves accountable for the actions, the decisions, the words that they've used to hurt people. Because hurt people, right? But healed people can heal people. And you are a starseed. You are a healer in your family. You may see yourself as a black sheep. You may see yourself as someone that has always been the outcast, but you're not. You just do things differently. You don't want to do the same thing that your family has been doing for years. You don't want to carry that same karma into the next generation. Your next generation, your next ancestral lineage. You don't want that chaos being transmitted or transferred to your children down the line, and them still having to go through the same stuff that you went through in childhood, with having people that are competitive within the home, even though we're fucking family. Why are we being competitive? Why are we fighting? Why are we arguing? Why can't we get along like family? And you got people, then you got people that don't want to say nothing, that are silent. They don't want to say nothing because if they indulge in it, they have to change too. I got people like that. My brother-in-law is like that. Instead of saying something to his sisters and standing up for his mom, he's going to be silent. He'll side with his sisters because he don't want to actually change. He doesn't want to actually admit that we all have problems. We all have to grow. I have to grow every day. I have to look in the mirror and do shadow work every day. It's no different than you realizing that you have issues and you need to grow. The problem with that is people that don't want to change will make you believe that they'll always have that issue. That's the problem, guys. That's the problem that we need to talk about and we need to address. And we need to sit on. I plan on doing a part 2 to this because I have so much juicy information, guys. Might as well make this like a story time or part 2, 3, 4, 5, because there is some insight that a lot of you need right now when it comes to your healing process. You're not the black sheep. You're not the outcast. You just do things differently. And you don't conform to what everyone else does. And that's fine. Because when you conform, you're not changing. You're only changing to fit in. We don't want to fit in. Fitting in keeps us in a cycle. If you haven't noticed, people that continue the same shit over and over stay stuck in a cycle. And they never change. And they end up in unhappy marriages. They end up sad on the inside with a spiritual... They don't even have a spiritual mindset. Some of these people lack spirituality because they don't want to tap into the mind, body, and soul. Because when you tap into the mind, body, and soul, it actually makes you reevaluate the way you've been living. And when we have to reevaluate the way we've been living, then we have to actually own up to the things that we've done that have created certain cycles in our life. So please be safe, guys. Know that God loves you. And he's never going to send you through stuff that you cannot get through. And remember to deal with these people differently than you would a regular person, because these people do have trauma and they are hurt people. So when you set boundaries with them, also show them unconditional love. Because what I think it is a lot of people that do things like this aren't truly happy with themselves, and they don't truly know what unconditional love is. Unconditional love is understanding that you can't change anybody, but you can still love them and accept them for who they are, but set boundaries. That is unconditional love. It's not unconditional tolerance to where you're tolerating their bullshit and you're just dealing with it because they're your family or they're your friends or they're someone that you really care about. No, that's unconditional tolerance. And we don't want that, because that's unhealthy. Because you're teaching people how to treat you at the end of the day. So I always want you guys to be in the mind frame of unconditional love, but also having a deeper understanding about things and question things, question people. If people's motives do not align to what they're doing, question that. Question them. Ask them to their face. They're going to tell you the truth. And if they, most of the time, if they're trying to lie, it's going to come out. You're going to see it. You're going to feel it. So trust your intuition. But also, like I said, take these people with a grain of salt, because like I said, hurt people hurt people. A lot of their trauma and hatefulness and spitefulness towards you only comes from the unhealed parts of themselves that they haven't fully examined and analyzed. So I leave you guys with this piece, and I want you to know that no one is the enemy. You are your own enemy. There may be people around you that act very oppish, but those people are really just dealing with their own chaos. So let them deal with it. Don't give any energy to fighting. Like when my sister-in-laws came at me, when my actual sister tried to physically harm me, and I had to put her ass in check and then press charges, because I'm going to teach her how to treat me. You're not going to treat me like I'm just some random ass bitch on the street. You're going to treat me like I'm your sister. And if you're not going to treat me like your sister, I'm going to treat you like a stranger, and I'm going to press charges. And you're going to have to learn that lesson yourself. Yes, I did. A lot of you won't agree with it, but baby, I sure did. I sure did. Because when you teach people how to treat you, they ain't going to overstep them boundaries. They know exactly where they can come and where they can't come, okay? Same thing with my sister-in-laws. I told them to fuck off. I said what I said, and I stood on it. You're not going to attack your mother. You're not going to disrespect me. You're not going to disrespect your brother. And attack people that really, truly care and love about you. Because if we didn't truly care and love you, we wouldn't be here telling you to get along and to be happy. And we wouldn't be trying to motivate you with light. And a lot of people will see that as a threat. I really felt like, not even in this relationship, but in my past relationships, people in my significant other's family always saw me as a threat, because I stand for change. I don't stand for people doing the same shit over and over again. And I'm going to call you out. Yes, me. I will call you out. I'm not afraid to. Because if I have to call myself out on my bullshit, if I sit here and do the same self-assessments on myself, if you come to me with your bullshit, I'm going to do the same shit to you. Because that's the way I treat myself. I'm going to treat you the way I want to be treated. And I want you to treat me the way I want to be treated. Or treat me the way you want to be treated. Okay, if you don't want people being rude and aggressive and hateful towards you, don't treat me like that, baby. Don't step in my circle and think I'm going to take that because you're my sister, because you're my brother, because you're my friend, because you're my mother, because you're my dad, because you're my family-in-law. No, I'm going to hold you accountable for your actions. And if you can't hold yourself, I'm going to step away until you can hold yourself. Yes, I will. And you should too. You should too. You shouldn't stand for disrespect. You shouldn't stand for hate. You should stand on what you believe in. You should stand on faith, okay? You got to have faith in these people. You got to have faith that they'll change, but you also have to have faith in yourself when you walk away from them and when you set boundaries. I'm not saying completely cut all ties. If you need to, do so. But if you want to still stay connected, there's going to be some level of cleansing that you need to do in this relationship in order for it to be healthy. Because unfortunately, when we build these relationships with our family and they've been this way so long, that's how they expect to treat you. And a lot of you need to stop expecting the same shit from these people. You need to expect different. I was telling my youngest sister-in-law, you expect your mom to stay the same. She was telling me, my mom's never going to change. She's always going to be this Bible-thumping weirdo. Like, I'm not. She didn't exactly say that, but along the lines, okay? And I told her, I was just like, baby, how is she going to change if you're not changing? It's like you're not even changing your perspective to manifest the change within your mom. So how do you expect change? You can't sit here and point the finger at her, but not point the finger back at you. Because when you point the finger at you, look at how many fingers are pointing back at you. Three, okay? So I just want to make you guys aware of these things, and I just want to bring enlightenment to it. I plan on doing a part 2 to this. This has really been healing for me because I feel like this is stuff that needs to be said, and I want to help people navigate their spiritual journey. But this is also healing for me because it's allowing me to speak my truth. And I don't give a fuck about judgment. The people that I'm talking about might see this video and be so fucking angry about it, but you need to see this video. I hope this video helps you if you see this video. Why do we care about judgment? Why do we care if people look at us a certain way? Y'all gotta question that shit. Why does society make you feel like you need to care? Why does your family make you feel like you need to care about what people think about you? Because I have a mom like that. She wants me to look a certain way to appease her life, her facade of her life. When really it's not like that, guys. I'm telling you, it's not like that. But I'm comfortable with being in my skin, and I'm also comfortable with telling my mom I'm going to be myself. I'm going to stand on what I know. I can't take everything that you know, because if what you knew helped you, it would have helped you, but it didn't, right? It would have helped you, right? It didn't. So I'm not going to take that same advice if it didn't help you. Think about that, guys. So be prepared for part 2, because I will be doing a part 2 because I feel like there's so much trauma coming out about our families. But I want you guys to stay strong, and I want you to have faith that our families will heal. We have to love them despite whatever they're going through. We don't have to deal with their bullshit. No, we don't. We don't have to keep indulging in their chaos. We don't have to go around them if we don't want to go around them. We don't have to do that. I'm not saying do that. I'm saying love them despite what they're going through, because they're healing too. Everything is a process. So with that, I'm going to leave y'all with this piece. Bye.